All right. Well, we're streaming to YouTube now. All right. Let me just link this first, and then we'll get it going. Let's just.
Now I see it.
Yeah. Let's just get the people in. I'm just gonna write, hey.
Facebook is bugging. Facebook's
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna write.
We're on YouTube tonight.
Facebook Live is bugging out tonight. Show is on YouTube.
Show must go on.
Yes.
The show must go on.
The show must and will go on. All right, let's. How do I share this?
The link. It creates a link. It should create a link.
How do I see the fucking link? Where's my link? Oh, share. There you go, down there. Alright, cool. Got it. Fetching preview. Post. Alright. Come hang out. Come hang out. And let me tag you in there, Jenny. Boom. Post. Let me check my YouTube right now. Alright. Nobody in there at the moment. Alright, well, I did post it up on Facebook Live, so.
There you go.
Oh, I put in bugging out. Fuck. Alright, well, at least we're making the most of it, guys. What's going on, everybody? What's happening today? Let's see if there's anybody in here. Jenny has a green screen, too. That's actually not a green screen, although it does look pretty dope, right?
Who has a green screen?
We have Mary Cruz in the chat asking if you have a green screen tonight.
No, that's all me.
That's all natural. That's that.
That's that printer.
That's the printer life.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, cool. So we got.
Good old
Yeah, let me go ahead and just let a couple of people trickle into the chat and everything. I know nobody was probably used to this tonight. Jeez. Piece of shit, Facebook.
Try to shut us down.
Yeah, but you know what? Facebook can't hold us down, man. I'm telling you. It ain't gonna happen.
Fuck the server.
It ain't gonna happen. Nope. They can't hold us down, man. Anyway. Yeah. Cool, cool. I'm just trying to let everybody. Got a couple of people sharing the post. Got a couple of people tagging in. How can I lose? All right, hold on. Let me get it switched over. Anyway, Jenny, how's it going tonight, man? Good to see you after so long. How the hell's up? What the hell is up?
Howdy ho. Just trying to get my bearings.
I know. Same here.
YouTube is it's like I'm walking on a different turf.
It is a whole new turf. It feels funny even for me right now, but I like it though. Facebook, for some reason, YouTube handles better quality than Facebook, but Facebook is where dreams go to die because everything they do never works.
I think that's why they invest in other shit like Instagram and stuff. They got to keep them afloat.
It's so true, and you know what's so funny? And today we actually had so much time to be able to, we actually had so much time to be able to get ready, and then even then.
I got out of the Facebook trend circa 2012, and it wasn't because until I moved away, because all the older ladies at my job were like, and I'm like, okay, for sure, to keep in touch with people in Miami. And so I got back on again, and it just sucked my soul out again, and everything started getting all political and shit, and I was just like,
It's easy for things to get political out there, man. I'm telling you. Anyway, guys, you know what? So we got a couple of people. We got six people hanging out tonight. So let's go ahead and get it started, guys. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on episode 21 of Shut Up, Let's Talk. You know what? Really quick, in typical fashion, let's hit that theme song. Let's run it back. All right, there you go. Now we're officially in the building, folks. Guys, welcome everybody to Shut Up, Let's Talk, episode 21. My name is Alzar, joined along here with Jenny O today. How the hell are you, miss?
Hanging out, dude. We drank a little too much before this, so I'm ready, Freddie.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight, guys. Today, what is the main topic for tonight, guys? The 90's, the best time ever, the best decade ever.
I didn't know, we hadn't spoke about this, but I didn't know that it was the 21st episode. That's my favorite number. The 90's is my favorite decade. I'm stuck there in my heart, and I'm excited.
Hey, man, that's what that's the 90's is the best time. When I sit back and think about, I mean, you know what? If you ask anybody, their decade is the best decade, right? I maintain that our decade is that fucking decade.
In our living lives, because I am a deep appreciator of the 20s and the 40s and the 30s. Maybe not the oppression of racism, just more like the swag of everything.
The good part, like, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever was innocent was super innocent, and then the really fucked up shit was super fucked up. But
yeah,
it was nice.
It's a good way to put it. I agree.
Getting born in the 60s.
Definitely. Guys, really quick, before I even move on, the prize today, very 90's themed, so please feel free to share the episode if you can.
Share the link.
Share the link.
Facebook tried to shut us down, but it's still same. Just different.
Oh my god, today was a mission, dude. Yeah, like Facebook, we could not connect to Facebook for the life of us, man.
I'm an early person, so just know that I was early. I was here, I was popping, I got sick.
Yeah, Jenny was a good Girl Scout today. Showed up on time, ready, prepared, drunk too, which is about as prepared as you could be. Anyway, Jenny, 90's. What was the coolest thing about the 90's? What was your favorite? It's a tough one, but what was your favorite thing about it?
Besides everything, let me think about it.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
It was just culture, how like being tacky was in style, and how reading was in style, and like writing letters and notes, and like a phone call meant something. You getting a phone call was serious. Like you had to make sure nobody picked up the other fucking phones in the house. You had to make sure the all coast was clear before you talked to Juanito, and like when you actually had like three-way calling, like that was
Do you remember even not even having a wireless phone around when you had like the really curly wire phones that you had to
phone in the kitchen? That's how it started.
Yeah.
A teenager sooner, she like complained a lot because she would like stretch the cord out all the way to the other room so she can lock herself in and talk about shenanigans. But I
used to go to the dollar store and buy the extra long cables for cheap, and then I used to just and then I used to be able to take the cable anywhere I went.
I was just flipping the cord, just.
Dude, I used to be able to take the take the phone from my room all the way to the couch in the living room, and I used to just be able to. It was just amazing. I used to have this wrapped around the entire apartment.
Look, I have visuals. I have visuals because I feel that if they see, it'll trigger some memory montage. This is the most serious fucking. You better make sure nobody answers the phone because it kicked you off. There goes 15 minutes, and just I wish there was like a ringtone of just the dial-up noise. Like
AOL Instant Messenger. Oh, AOL Instant Messenger was that noise, man. I loved it.
That's the original group chat. Give it up to the original group chat. AIM.
It was a lifestyle. Okay, AIM was a lifestyle.
AOL group chats were weird as fuck. You didn't know nobody.
What was your screen name?
Just like, yeah, it was just literally a random people in a group chat. That was the OG group chat.
What was your screen name, Jenny?
Hot Spice 129.
Hot Spice?
Hot Spice 129, mind you, it was like 8 or 9 years
Hot Spice 129, folks. Everybody, a round of applause for Jenny. Everybody, thank you. A round of applause for Jenny around the globe. Mine was not any better at all. You know what? My first one, check this out. My first one, I was 12 years old. My friend was like, "Bro, you need to get on AIM, dude. Everybody's on." And yeah. You know, and I was like, "Oh, make me a screen name." I didn't even have a PC at the time. I was like, "Just make me a screen name." And he's like, "All right, you like to draw, right?" Yeah. I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, Drawing Dude 123," and that was my name. He named me Drawing Dude 123.
Slid into your AIM inbox.
-1. -1. Nobody. People avoided me. People probably blocked me based on the name alone. I bet.
Dude, I used to talk to absolute strangers. I used to pretend that I was older than I was. I swear, dude, it was just weird.
Didn't we all? Didn't we all?
Yeah, weird. I used to do weird shit. And
ASL.
anonymity, you start to do weird shit, and that's where we are now. But in the 90s, it wasn't like, it didn't really exist for too long. It just right there at the end, the tailbone of the 90s is when everybody started getting online.
Everybody had an internet girlfriend, boyfriend.
That's just so weird, yeah.
Everybody had, everybody was always on that. It was like, yeah, you got a girlfriend? Yeah, dude, where does she live? Oh, fucking Asia. What do you mean? Oh, I mean, I think she said she's probably from like Taiwan or something. You know, I remember chat rooms, man, back in the day. You know what was cool? On AIM, if you actually went to the chat rooms and you just typed in chat 123, you would eventually, so many people would do that you'd actually have a chat room built that way. And you just have like a room full of 40 people. It was just like, what I remember is you went on AOL.com and then you went to the chat option, and then it like gave you like common interests or like what you were, like tall Latina or blah 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 blah. Like it's just like all these weird subcategories and then subcategories that would take you to a chat room where just a million people that you don't know. No, but that was kind of the fun. That was when we really got into like anonymous. You know, that's when the anonymity thing was at its all-time high.
Anonymity started.
Animatronics.
Spelling would be tonight, guy. Anonymity.
That's a tough word, guys. I dare you all to say it.
Started getting weird. Everybody got so weird. Like,
everybody started getting weird. The 90s, you know what? The coolest thing about the 90s is that you actually had to make the most with less. You know, like we actually had. And here's one thing. My favorite thing about the 90s was punctuality was at an all-time high around that time, because if you
couldn't call and excuse yourself. There wasn't no paging the person that you were gonna go meet with like all a while. You had to stop at a payphone. My mom used to like stop at a payphone to call us, like, because we always told her 911 for everything. Because you know when you beep somebody, leaving messages was in number form. Like what was it?
The
143 or whatever, right? 143 was I love you. You know what I mean? And like numbers were like your messages. Those were your DMs.
Oh, you're right. I didn't grow up in the beeper times too much. You know, my dad had one of the brick cell phones, but as far as beepers go, I know there was beeper slang and there was all sorts of stuff. I did not know about any of that.
What?
The brick phone.
Dude, my mom, she used to be like, only beep me when it's 911. Everything was 911, bro. Everything was 911. If you're going to tell me it's 911, and then she just stopped calling.
You know what's the coolest thing? You know, actually, all right, so I'll give a second answer for one of my favorite things about the 90s. The 90s was the last time that you actually had to take care of your stuff. When you had to take care of your CDs, if they got scratched, you couldn't listen to them anymore. You can't scratch an MP3 file. You have to
walk carefully. You have to make sure nobody fucked you up. What happened?
Yeah. You had to make, you know, not rewinding when you returned your VHS at the end of the week was disrespect. Disrespectful.
That was absolutely disrespectful. If you went to Blockbuster and didn't turn in your movie, rewind
you weren't kind.
They knew you. My mom would tell us, they'd be like, hey, they'll remember you. They'll scan it and they'll remember you. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, they were like, did you not read the label in the front? Please be kind and rewind, goddamn.
Be kind and rewind, yo.
You remember that? Blockbuster?
Going to eat fast food was an absolute treat. Yeah. We only got to eat fast food every, like, 2 weeks on a Friday, if anything, and it was like a magical, delicious treat. Like, it wasn't something that we, as adults now, eat to sustain ourselves because we're, like, a little broski and we just need a little fast food. You know what I mean?
I brought that up. You're so right.
Going to McDonald's, like, was, like, this crazy thing. Like, it was like, oh, my God, what do we do to deserve such kindness from each other?
You know what it was, though? Oh, you know what? Really, really quick, Brad is asking about Charter Child or Smarter Child, whatever the chat bot. Oh, there was in AIM. There was Charterbot, Chatterbot. I don't remember what it was called. There were all sorts of bots on AIM. I completely omitted that whole thing.
There was somebody at the helm. None of those things were robots. That means that's indicating AI. Isn't that
was the NSA before anything, right? Yeah, that was
right.
Early.
Thank you. Those bots.
Who remembers AIM away messages?
Away messages. What? That was Jose, by the way. Guys, what's up, guys? Everybody say what's up to Jose. There's an audience here, yes. But away messages were the best thing in the world. You remember when people started putting quizzes as their away messages? You'd have a whole quiz ready for this for yourself. People were that arrogant. They expected people to do tests based on them and their friendship. People would,
Apple just sat back and let AIM and AOL and Microsoft do its thing. And then it was like, yo, I'm gonna put all of this into a phone.
To the palm of your hand.
Group messages, internet, camera, floppy disks. I'm gonna put a whole
you know what? You know? Speaking of that, you know what? I'm gonna talk about the moment right in between that when we had the Sidekick. You remember the cell phone, the Sidekick? That was the cell phone that was used for AIM, where you just flip that thing open and just, oh man, that was the AIM machine.
Kids. I always had a Kyocera. I like D9. I'm a D9 person. I could fuck up. I could.
Oh, I had my Nokia.
Like,
I had my blue Nokia.
Under the desk. Complete sentences, punctuation, like everything, just and never
like
look once. And
J.K. Rowling must have written
on one finger, not both. It's just you got like phone thumbs when you do this shit. But
it's
I
so
only
true.
had it on one.
No, that was the best thing in the world. Oh man, the Motorola, when Snake, the phone that came with Snake on it. Oh man, that was like the one. That's when
you click the internet button and you swore that they were gonna come and hunt you down for money, and then you were just like.
That's the last time women socialized at parties.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my god. No, Snake on the phone was the last time women socialized at parties. As soon as Snake on the phone came out, boom, you were not getting talked to at any party ever. Nope. They were just gonna look down and be on the phone.
What was it? Wasn't it like Space Impactors or Space something?
Space Invaders.
Space Invaders.
Space Impactor. I really like the name. I like the name of that. I'm really impacted by this right now. Thank you for everybody that is sharing the post on Facebook right now. Even with our technical difficulties, we gonna make it, baby.
Facebook's not gonna hold us back. We
found no.
We're on to the next octave. This is the higher octave. We're on the YouTubes.
So you're goddamn right.
Get this ball rolling.
What about movies though? You know, at that time, movies had a budget. We weren't getting remakes all the time. Sequels were new.
What do you mean? If every fucking movie that's in the movie theater is a 90s remake, they made Fuller House 2. They just had the audacity to do Mummy again without Brendan Fraser, with Tom Cruise midget ass, and like with some bitch. She's like not even emo type. Like she's some bitch with like some tattoos, and she looks completely intact. She didn't have to suck out no souls.
I didn't even catch the first. I didn't even catch the first Mummy.
I laughed.
I never caught the first Mummy flick, you know that? And then the Scorpion King came out. No, didn't do it. I missed out on a lot of movies. I'm not a movie cat. I was always a video game guy.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's how it was. That's how it was. But you know, but it always looked like a really interesting movie. There was stuff like that. They had I don't know. The 90s was so awesome. You had Dumb and Dumber. You had Ace Ventura. My favorite flicks. Love them. Love them. Jim Carrey was supreme. Jim Carrey was my favorite. Love him. 90s out of the 90s comedians.
90s Jim Carrey was, I can honestly say, peak Jim Carrey.
Oh, Brad just mentioned The Mask. Exactly. No. Jim Carrey, amazing. Absolutely love Jim Carrey. Ace Ventura was amazing. The second movie, I liked it a lot more than the first one. I don't know if I'm alone in that.
I feel like I was a hardcore TV kid, and everything that I learned in school, I can honestly say, has been applicable to like trivia crack. But everything that I learned morality-wise, did come from like Clifford the Big Red Dog. I used to watch a shit ton of Arthur. Arthur taught me everything I needed to know about being real, friendship, honesty.
Before the Ratchet memes, there was a cartoon attached to it. Yep.
Yeah, dude. Like cartoons. I know that y'all cable kids had your little Ratchet inappropriate, like Rocko's Modern Life. It was like a bunch of low-key pervert, like weird trippy shit going on that we found out later in life. Ren and Stimpy was like a big old perv shit. Like I didn't have that. I grew up in this like little bubble of like what was it? Those fucking dragons. Oh my god, Dragon Tales.
Oh no, I didn't catch Dragon Tales.
Doug. I used to fucking love Doug. Recess. My Recess people.
Recess was a show, man. Recess was a good show. I love that the kindergartners were just a tribe, basically. That was amazing.
Yes, there was like this tribe of fucking savages.
They were just a tribe, and they had like crayons and stuff all over the finger paint all over their faces, like war paint. It was so brilliant. Brilliant satire. I thought it was amazing. Oh, I loved it. No, Recess was actually a very good show.
I didn't watch none of that SpongeBob shit.
Courage was kind of creepy. I watched it. I had cable, so I was watching a lot of TV.
I watched that when I was older. I was at least like 13, 14 before I saw that shit.
Still a really good show. Really creepy though for me though. I couldn't handle it. One of my favorite cartoons, Hey Arnold. That was I think one of the best cartoons ever of all time. Fuck the 90s,
but
which is one of the best ever.
That's when like cartoons were pretty pervy.
Three times.
But for the most part, the things that were like People TV, like A Different World, and like The Cosby Show. Unfortunately, now he's like a weirdo. But like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Friends and like shows were a lot more innocent. I didn't like Friends because they were all fucking each other at some point. But
Friends, I love Friends. I'm a huge Friends fan. That's you know, and they were all doing each other at some point. But I guess that was the fun of the show. It was to see these friends that become like they never leave each other alone. Basically, Rocket Power. Baka just mentioned Rocket Power. That was a great show. I love when they had Tony Hawk as a special guest. That was a good episode.
I used to watch a lot of Martin. Or I was
a lot of Martin.
Springer. It was like,
I really like the Wayans Brothers. That was my show.
The Wayans Show.
That was hilarious. Wayans Brothers was amazing. I didn't watch a lot of Martin actually. You know, Wayans Brothers was great. What else did I really like? It's because you didn't stay up late enough. Yeah, well, UPN. I was on UPN not as much as the other channels.
The Wayans Brothers and Martin were awesome. I have to vouch for Jennifer.
Yeah. What else? There was A Different World. I think you mentioned that. You know what's one thing that really annoyed me?
Dude, Living Single was the shit. Living Single on that show used to kill it. Oh my god.
Oh, Baka just mentioned Dragon Ball Z. Everybody loved that. Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z. That's when that was at an all-time high. When collectibles were at an all-time high.
That's when anime was fun.
That's when collectibles were in, dude. You had Pogs, and then you had Pokemon cards, and you had all this stuff at that time.
You were the coolest kid in school if you had a Trapper Keeper.
Trapper Keeper.
If you had a yo-yo. This is before phones. Everybody unplug. Let's remember a time when it was like you had to like do activities and shit to be cool. If you could spin a pendulum out of a yo-yo.
Exact. Oh, the yo-yo.
The block. Hottest kid on the block. If you could if you could just spin your fucking razor scooter around your fucking feet.
Oh, the razor scooters, man. I saw so many kids blow out their shins trying to do tricks on those fucking things.
Not this cat. Not me.
And you know what's funny? I remember at some point they started showing like extreme razor scooters stuff, and it was like people doing backflips on those fucking things. I'm like, you kids are gonna break your necks.
We were there for like computers just being put into someone's house, like just being put into someone's house. You had one computer. My mom used to put my shit on an hour, so I was not allowed to be on the internet for more than an hour because you know, would keep my ass off. Yeah, dude, she used to fucking time my ass.
My parents weren't smart enough for that.
I feel like the low-key reason I did, like, I suggested the 90s. Because I'm thinking of things as I was a kid, and then I see kids now, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck happened to you? Like there's a video circulating of like a 4-year-old literally cursing out some lady sitting in front of him, like touching his food. No. I don't know. It was so scary. Like you never saw those things.
But it's really, I mean, I don't want to get into how everything is so politically correct nowadays and stuff like that. But if you get to see. Nowadays, even striking a child is known as just like the worst abuse ever, and it's such a tough thing nowadays.
Hey, as a Latin mother, you don't really gotta lay your hands on a kid. There's like signature moves. Like my mom had one signature move. The signature move.
Gotta get the crank back on full swing.
I would go. I'm Sassalonian. I'm just like blah, 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 blah. Imagine me but 7. So like blah, 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 just a big out flappy map, right? And she would just. Like
like
quick,
a ninja.
Lightning upon my lips. Holy Moses. I would just shut the fuck up.
Damn, dude.
Like that hurt just enough for me to STS.
Oh. I mean, luckily my mom was cool. I didn't act up in public too much. Probably because I knew I'd get the ass whooping.
Parents now are like, oh, I'm gonna starve my kid for 18 days, and I'm gonna put him.
That's always it's okay. Is that a piece of American culture that I missed out on? Because like I think it's so inhumane to starve your child. What is that all about?
Suffice with corporal punishment, like little slaps, like la correa, the belt, la chancla. You know what I mean? Like they weren't okay with that. Now they're just like, I'm gonna burn my kids. Now I'm gonna duct tape them. I'm gonna starve them. Like, yo, I'm sorry. Like what?
That's one thing I never understood, though. It's like, you always see like
a whole new.
You always see on these American sitcoms, they're always like, no dinner for a week, and it's like, what are you talking about? Like, I need to eat. Like, what?
Yeah.
No dinner.
Too much. Like, my mom was a fucking beautiful goddamn person, and I was just a loudmouth ass kid, and she just developed this like kung fu move that she just Like, and that's it.
Hey, but do you remember
like
running?
It was lightning.
Okay, but all right, can we talk about Saturday mornings, please? Saturday mornings being the best day ever.
One Saturday morning, Friday has an exit sign. You remember that shit?
Not at all. What the fuck was that? What did you just say? What did you just do?
On Channel 10 in the morning on Saturday mornings. They'd wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and that's when they would show Pepper Ann and Doug and Recess.
Oh. I mean, you know,
Oh
I was watching Pokemon. I was watching WB39. I was catching Static Shock at the end of the day, and then at midnight, at noon.
Oh God, I love Static Shock.
You remember that? Like, hey, that's what's up, though, man. They looked at the hood and they were like, nah, man, we got you, man. We got you. We got a superhero for you. Shaquille O'Neal was on an episode. Animaniacs?
Yeah.
They're bringing it back, apparently. Did you know that?
What?
They're bringing back the Animaniacs. Can you fucking believe that?
Oh, no. Oh,
Hey, you know what, though? Hold up, man. Hold up. Hold it up. Can we just say thank you, 90's, for Freakazoid?
Yes, bro. Freakazoid!
I love Freakazoid.
The Tick.
Oh, The Tick was amazing. That was a really good show. Absolutely love Freakazoid. I think it's an amazing show. And Freakazoid was
Fresh Prince taught me a lot. Nah, God bless Fresh Prince. That show taught me a lot.
No. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was a TV show. Okay, that's something that. Okay. Check this out. So since you mentioned TV shows, let's talk about binge culture. The 90's was, you know, the binge culture did not exist.
Binging was marking down your TV guide and knowing when the fuck you were gonna see your show. Like,
no, binging.
There was no luxury of TVO and recording things and Netflix and that shit. Like, it was literally getting a TV guide, which was a book of all the TV shows coming out for like a whole month, and you would mark the days that you were gonna see your show.
I think the coolest thing about me.
Oh my God, I loved Mad.
Oh, Mad About You. I used to. Is that the one with David Spade in the magazine place?
No, that's the
That's
Helen
Just Shoot
Hunt,
Me.
with Helen Hunt.
That's Just Shoot Me.
You're thinking of Spin City. I used to watch a lot of Frasier, dude. I used to binge watch a lot of Frasier.
I think Frasier is hilarious. I didn't watch enough of it, though.
Such a good show.
I wasn't much of a Seinfeld kind of guy.
King of Queens.
The King of Queens. You know what's funny? I loved the King of Queens until I found out that Kevin James is an asshole.
No, he's not.
Yeah, I heard he refuses to look his fans in the eyes. He refuses to look them in the eyes.
Maybe he's shy. The fuck?
Oh, come on. It's Kevin James. You know, it's like I was so annoyed to find out about that.
People and shit.
I know, but I mean, hey, a lot of people have said he's super rude, but let's, you know, that, who knows? Maybe he was having a bad day, right?
Yeah, but music is different too, because like people used to actually give a fuck. Your parents gave a shit if your CD said parental advisory. Like your parents, yo, my mom used to fucking walk in on my sister with CDs that said that sticker, and she used to break them. Like, not give a fuck.
Now, for me, I remember.
And now all the mainstream songs that kids are listening to all involve like sex and drugs, and and it's totally fine. Nobody's saying shit.
I remember well, I didn't have to, but I remember because my dad was cool. He would always take me to Circuit City to buy CDs. Circuit City does not exist anymore. Shout out to that. He would always take me out there. You know?
Got bought out.
Yeah, they did. From Best Buy. Best Buy sucks. Anyway, it does suck. So I remember my dad used to take me out to CD shops all the time, and I remember I bought a Norah Jones album along with the Slipknot CD, and it was the funniest combo ever. And I just remember the cashier being like, "No, I love Norah Jones. I bought that CD because I wanted it."
And going to buy your favorite CD, like going to get that CD, and CDs were like $20, like getting that CD.
CDs were kind of expensive at that time. Oh, Comp USA, Brad mentions. Baka also mentions Saturday mornings were amazing. Bowl of cereal and Cartoon Network. Oh man, a bowl of cereal in the morning. And you know what's funny? It was all fun and games. It was all fun and games until noon when Soul Train came on, and you were like, "What?" Do
you remember Cubics? Was that the show? Was that what it was called? Cubics, the one with the robots?
Cubics. You remember that? I used to make fun of the name of that, and I always used to say Pubics.
Oh, you're talk about pubic hair. Yeah. I had a brain of gummy bears and gumdrops because.
I was just like Pubics, haha. But no, but it was a really cool show actually. It was a
memory for me and like one swift word.
Oh, but it was such a good show. Brad mentions Beast Wars. That was an amazing show. It was basically Transformers but with animals.
Beast Master was a fucking good show, and Andromeda.
What was Beastmaster? Oh, dude! I used to have a action figure of Beastmaster. That was basically like Tarzan without being. It's like Tarzan and Conan put together. I remember exactly what you're talking about. Holy shit! Can somebody open this beer for me?
Beastmaster was good, and he had two best friends that were otters and a tiger.
He had two friends that were. Yes, he did have the tiger. I bought an action figure from that. Remember when RC toys were a big thing? Just cars that you could drive around.
A huge deal. Huge deal.
You know what I thought was the coolest one? They used to have this one RC toy that you could drive that thing around, and if it flipped over, it would still continue going. It was like the same thing when it flipped over. I thought that thing was amazing. It would do like
Tycho
RC. Yeah. Oh my god, so good. Batteries not included. Yeah. Oh my god, so good. Batteries not included, man. Oh, that was the time you knew. Oh, you had to buy a pack of batteries with everything you got, especially your vibrator. It was amazing.
I started thinking about like Bill Nye the Science Guy when it was hard.
Bill.
Like that's when we were learning about shit for real.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. That's when like. Oh my god. Do you remember Wild Discovery? Just watching animal documentaries, like just seeing animals tear shit apart, like it was the coolest thing in the world. That was a real 90s thing, I think. Wild Discovery. Just you see the tiger close up.
I used to watch a lot of Gargoyles.
Gargoyles was a good show.
Gargoyles was good.
Alright, you know what? We reached the 30-minute mark. Oh, Eternal Apollo says Street Sharks. That was a great show. Alright, so we reached
shit!
Street Sharks was the jam right there. Okay, so we've reached the 30-minute mark. We are going to go ahead and do the giveaway right now.
Yeah.
Let me hit the Facebook since we're doing everything a little bit differently today. Let me go ahead.
It's like on a multi-platform.
Yeah, we're doing a bunch of different things today. So instead, I'm gonna go ahead and do a post here. Let me just write giveaway time. Giveaway time. Share the episode for a chance to win. And I'm gonna write in all caps so I can be as not as obnoxious as possible. Share the episode for a chance to win. Alright, post to Facebook. Alright, let's give it a minute or two just to let the people see the post first. Oh yeah, we have Baka behind. Oh, we got Stefania. I don't know. I say your name like Stefania West.
It's just
Stephanie. Is it? Because I always imagine it like Kanye West, so Stefania West, like Stefania Ramos.
It's Mama to be Steph.
Yeah, okay, so Stephanie.
Yeah.
Stephanie the Science Guy. Oh, it's awesome. It's just like Bill Nye. That's so cool.
It's just one letter, and it's just throwing you for a loop.
No, but it looks really cool. I've never seen that. So, alright, let's see. So, contest already did. Thank you, Stephanie, for sharing the episode. Now, let's go ahead and show it off, guys. Today, the prize on today's show is going to be a rad 90s X-Men comic book. It is a comic book. It has got Wolverine and Omega Red on the cover. It is from a certain year in the 90s. I don't remember which one.
Mint condition.
It is in great condition. It is in great condition. It's still in the packaging. It's a good one, guys. So feel free to share thy post, and you guys will be entered for a chance to win that SOB by the end of the episode. It's gonna be a good time, guys. Thank you for everybody showing love right now.
Seems like it's 91.
I know,
1991. 1991. That's when most of y'all was just.
I was 1 year old.
Lit. The litness.
Oh, no.
I'm reading the chat right now. Everybody's talking lit.
Lit.
Litlodian. Anyway,
everybody that shares this link.
Exactly. So it's gonna be a good time, folks. So thank you so much for everybody that shared the post. All right. So now, since we're on the second half of the show, Jenny, I would like to bring up with you. Let's do a little situational. Let's do a little situational thing on Shut Up, Let's Talk today. Episode 21. Now let's do a situational date in the 90s compared to a date today. How would that go?
Okay.
Now, let's start first of all from how would these two even meet each other? Nowadays, it's Tinder, right? Back then, what was it?
It was funny. It was running into that person somewhere where you guys already are clearly showing a common interest, or like at a school, or like in college, or like you had to physically be meeting that person, right? And like already be having an interaction without going into it as such, and then hoping to get a phone number at the end of that interaction, whether it was
that you had to a phone number written on a piece of paper.
So you really had to work for it. You didn't like. It wasn't just nothing. Like, to get somebody's phone number wasn't just nothing. To get a way to communicate with them was not just nothing. Like, it was a big deal. So it like started off as a genuine standpoint. So just these two people meeting, you had to get somewhere to like you
because
some way to connect with that person.
There was no internet. You probably you would really think about it in your head that I might never see this person ever again.
So like you really have to think about, like, am I worthy enough for this person to give me their number? Bum bum bum, you get the number. And then you have to, you call, and sometimes it's a completely different person, and you have to like leave a message. And it was like, there was no rushed. It wasn't like you weren't rushing into anything. You were kind of like not working hard for it, but it's something that you genuinely wanted. So you like were like.
So let's say you're at a bookstore.
Just things were different, like just.
Let's say you're at a bookstore looking at the at the same copy of Chicken Soup for the Soul. You know, that's essentially that's essentially what it was.
They were teaching people how to live their lives. It was nice. Those things were really nice. I like it.
Exactly. Oh, Louis says I still physically meet women. I don't use that Tinder shit. That according to Louis, he says that shit is gay as fuck. Well, that's a way to describe something, Louis.
Well, me, but Louis, I meant.
But I feel you though.
Like. Yeah,
it happens. People get with it nowadays. That's how it goes.
But because interacting has gotten so impersonal that like meeting people at bars and shit, they're just wasted. And like that's personally not how I like to meet people. I would like to have a couple conversations with you. Like I would like to talk to you. And unfortunately, now that the internet is happening or popping, it's like that's easier. But like in person, it's just wouldn't happen as. You had to like go places. You had to be doing things. You had to be in clubs or little cliques or like gyms, and like you just have to be doing.
But there was no Netflix. You know, it was either like, all right, let's go rent this movie at Blockbuster if I have it.
On a date, you cook her dinner and you get a movie at Blockbuster together.
Or you order a pizza from Pizza Hut when it was real good. Oof.
It was real good.
You know, and that's the whole thing. It's like
Pizza Hut was way better. Yeah.
Oh! Don't even get me started. Don't get me. I might melt literally. Now, the whole thing about it. So you had to meet this girl, for example, at a bookstore, right? Let's say you reach for the same copy of Harry Potter. And if it was 1999.
Yeah, you guys like had already like a common interest. Like something was happening that you guys were just right place, right time, and you just had to interchange numbers, set up a time to meet, actually meet. Dating was a little, I don't know.
Or you met at the CD shop.
Skip that with technology, the dating.
But that is kind of what it is. Everybody just kind of skips all the, you know, get to know you kind of stuff, and it's really just about, all right, what can we do tonight? Yeah. What's up? Yeah, like who are you now? It doesn't matter who you were before. I don't know. It is a very different kind of.
Whether it's a good thing or not thing, because I just think that things have gotten impersonal. I feel like in the 90s things were a little bit more personal. Like, people, I feel like people genuinely respected each other's time because there was
no texting.
Nothing was.
So you didn't really have that. You really had to call each other.
Like, communicating with somebody, dude. I was there when we got our first caller ID. My mind.
Oh, that was a good time.
I knew who was calling. I knew who was calling.
Star 69 and Star 67. You know, you saw who called you, or you hid your own identity. Remember that? Star 69 and 67.
Star 69.
Yeah, that was a good time. That was the prank callers. Bible right there. That was like what we had to stick to right there.
But I was already in the 2000s. I was doing shit like being stupid. It was fun.
So let's continue the date there. So you had to meet each other at a very common place. Then eventually you had to ask that person to meet you at a specific time. You'd have to go to a certain place, right? You'd have no cell phone. You have to tell that person, all right, Friday, 7 p.m. I'm gonna be off of work by 4. I'll be there at 7. Louis says when strip clubs become virtual, that's when I'll end my suffering. Oh well, I'm glad that's your.
Let's plug into the cloud.
That's the place for relief, my friend. Hey man, if virtual reality strip clubs are is where you feel the best, brother, strap that thing on your face, my friend. Strap it on your face, my brother.
Yeah, there's already virtual reality porn.
I'm sure there's plenty of it, and oh my god, I'm sure there's plenty. There's lots of everything on the internet.
Put like a device to their face and feed it. Like doing this was completely not happening when I was a kid. I was 7 or 8, 9, 10 years old.
All right, you know what? My little niece was born in 2007. Okay, and the first time I was having a Skype conversation with a friend of mine, and she walked into the room, and my little niece at the time was probably 4 years old, and she loves iCarly. iCarly in the show, she's a YouTube sensation. That's her whole thing. She makes videos.
You iCarly that day?
Dude, she walked in that day and she was like, "Oh my god, my life is iCarly." She's like, "It's happening." She's like, "It's a phone, it's a conversation on a screen." So
video screen conversation.
Yeah, so that really blew her mind. So Skype was insane. I mean, for us to even be able to when cell phones, when you were able to record your own ringtone, that was a turning point. Okay, that started up a whole genre of rap music, ringtone rap. Okay,
polyphonic ringtones. I think the term you're looking for is polyphonic ringtone.
Not even that. No, those were the first ones. I'm talking later. I'm talking when people would record the radio and play them back.
Oh yeah, I had a couple grainy recordings as ringtones for a while.
You remember that? Oh man, probably Laffy Taffy or what?
My phaser.
Check that Laffy Taffy.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, we're creeping into the 2000s, so we're gonna dial it back a little bit. Now,
people used to read books. Yo, if you didn't go through all of R.L. Stein's Goosebumps, you wasn't shit. You ask kids what they're reading lately, and they don't even know what the fuck that is.
Oh, Goosebumps, man, that was a good time right there. I didn't, and it's funny. Eventually, they ended up making these movies, these like little episodes of Goosebumps. Do you remember those? I used to rent them from Blockbuster once in a while.
I was watching Goosebumps before we did this.
Oh no way!
It was an episode. It's on Netflix, yeah, dude. Old Goosebumps is on Netflix.
Yanni says, "Laughed my ass off radio ringtones." She definitely remembers those. You remember that? Oh my god!
Hell yeah!
Shake that Laffy Taffy. That was the moment.
What was that Ray J song? If I had one wish.
Oh no!
That was my ringtone for a minute.
If I had one wish, fucking hell. That was definitely at the end of that, the tail end of that conversation. I remember that. That was a good time. Remember the bus ride on the way home? The bus driver would play songs on the radio, and it would just they played the most ratchet shit. Oh man.
I never got to ride the bus.
I never
got to ride the bus, but my mama forgot me a whole lot sometimes on Wednesdays because she forgot we got out early. She used to leave my ass for an hour. It was terrible.
Oh my god, what a good time. All right. So let's continue. The 90s was a great time. All right. So now you meet this person up on the date, okay? You meet this person up on a date. There's no cell phone, so you're not distracted by anything.
Absolutely no distraction. Constant eye contact.
Constant eye contact. Chivalry at an all-time high because things were still highly politically correct.
Genuinely trying to get to know someone. You're looking at someone, and it's like a genuine interest in this person. Now we're so like used to instant and quick and like be available, this and this. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's just different. It's not different.
I agree. You know what was crazy? Having to write your phone number down on a piece of paper and expect that person to keep it safe until they got home. Dude. That was an experience.
And just hoping that they wanted a second date. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
There was no just always seeing that person.
Not even having a pen around. Having to ask somebody for a pen.
People are so... The people that I like the way that they post are people that don't post that often. I like those kind of people. I don't know. There's yeah,
because they got shit to do. They're not on the fucking internet all the time.
Yeah, just somebody's always plugged in, and I speak like this because I'm guilty as fuck. I'm always plugged in. Like right here, all the time.
I have to force myself, like, dude. I actually have to force myself to use this.
It's just like it's sucking my ass like fucking soul out.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I have social media, and people probably be like, "Dude, you post and stuff." It's like I actually have to tell myself to post because, I mean, if I want to do a podcast, I can't just post once in a while. Like it doesn't work that way. So, you know, yeah.
I see you on the ads, dude.
Yeah, it does not work that way. So I have to use this thing because it allows me to talk to, it allows me to meet all the cool people that like the show. So, you know, what other way is there?
Just do it when you do it mindlessly, where you like you'll pop in a movie and you know you miss half of it. You're trying to watch the TV show and you know you miss half of it, or like someone's talking and you miss half of it. Like,
yeah. Do you remember? Do you remember when calling somebody on their cell phone past 9 o'clock was a thing because that's when their minutes were free?
Because they got free minutes.
Oh my God! Do you remember that?
Awesome. After 9 p.m., all the calls were flooding. Why? Because you had free minutes. Minutes were a thing. Time used to mean something. So nobody respects each other's time now. So that's why the dating is so different. Let's say we end said date. We already ended the date. Now it's just continuing the courtship. There is no courtship anymore. Everyone just, it's like.
Dude, do you remember? Oh my God. Do you remember you couldn't even call somebody's house phone at 2, 3 in the morning because it would be so loud their parents would wake up?
Somebody would wake up because you know that person didn't live alone. What the fuck? Like, you know that's the house phone. You know that's the everybody phone.
Do you remember?
It wasn't until we got portable phones in the house, but it was already like 2001. Like,
yeah, and at that point we actually had to. You remember when there was the kitchen cord phone where the light would beep like a second before it rang, so you had to pick it up as quick as you fucking could. I remember.
My sister used to do that. I wasn't such a rambunctious little kid. She was a wee bit older, so she had to really monitor.
Hey man, that's how I was, man. I used to do that kind of same stuff, just like, but you know, my parents were pretty cool about stuff. Luckily, they were chill about it.
Dude, I used to pick up the fucking other phone, super quiet, and listen to everything my sister was doing. And she was like, "Did you hear that?" And I'm just like covering the mouth hole. Like, dude, house phones were the shit. It was ultimate espionage. Ultimate espionage.
You remember when somebody would pick up on the third line and you could just hear it, and you'd be like, "Hold on, stay quiet."
My mom used to do that shit around me.
Yeah. I'd be like, "Stay quiet." Yeah. Oh man, that was a good time.
Hang up the fucking phone! You're embarrassing me, Mom.
I remember having friends that were girls at the time, and then I used to have to pretend to be a girl when I would call them. I remember that was a big thing. Yeah, so you'd have to like call and be like, "Hello."
Because phone calls were a big fucking deal.
Do you remember that?
Phone calls were a big deal. You had to go like fucking.
And my voice changed a long time ago. All my friends, yeah, they were like, "Who's that? Who's this old grown man calling you? You're 12."
I just feel like people were just a wee bit more respectable. Even the TV shows, like reality TV back then, used to be a bunch of random ass people shoved into like a house.
Listen, reality TV was
in the 90s, and it was just a bunch of people shoved in a house, a ton of cameras, and they're like, "Let's see what happens."
It was the real world.
Reality TV is just following mine.
It was the real world. It was Road Rules. It was the Osbournes. The Osbournes was one of the first real big reality shows.
They were the really big reality show, yeah. But we're already in the 2000s. You keep on like dipping your toe.
Hey man, you know it blurs because you know what? A lot of the 90s is just reruns. Here's the thing though, a lot of the 90s is reruns of the 80s, or stuff that's been improved on, and it constantly works that way. 90s, like 2000s was just 90s really. Like, come on, Jagged Edge, the big jerseys.
We're doing it better now. Fashion's like, I feel like fashion right now, very nice.
It's a blend right now. Fashion. Here's the thing. Nowadays, you don't really have
a lot of crop tops, high-waisted shorts and pants, and skirts, and like.
Because it's retro, you know. Retro is always gonna be in. Retro's always in, and I love that. 90s fashion still lives on today in everything. It's really funny when anybody does the little buns or the two little buns on top, the little Sailor Moon bun.
Really
it's always the 90s look.
Think like rave. Do you think you're better?
Oh god, the rave times. But you know what?
Oh, remember one? Do you remember the rave station, dude?
Speaking of that, you know what? During the 90s, the most random song could be the biggest hit in the world. Like the Macarena. How did that become a top 10 hit?
Ultra Miami started in 1999 when it was on a beach.
There you go. The tipping point. I mean, 99 and then going into the millennium time, like that was a big time for electronic music because everybody was getting into.
Must have been lit AF. That was like the birth.
I can't even imagine what kind of stuff was going on back then.
It was legal. MDMA was legal back in the 90s.
Was it? That I did not know at all.
You're like, I'm gonna have to fact check that.
I didn't know that at all. That's crazy.
But still.
Are
we done with dating? Because dating was fucking lit back then.
Hold on, we got, apparently the stream is freezing. And we got some people saying that it was freezing. So let me
I can't see
refresh. Yeah. Let me alright, we're good, we're good. Sorry guys. You know what, like I said, no matter what happens today, guys, we are gonna be doing this. We're gonna do the damn stream. It's already been almost an hour, can you believe it?
Oh my god. Sorry.
Oh. At Dankerage, Alaska. That's what it is right there. Anyway. Yeah, man. Oh, Yanni said it's lagging. Well, hopefully it'll clear up a little bit.
Let me down, Facebook.
It happens. You know what? It happens today. You know, I think the most important thing is the fact that we were able to do it anyway. And we still had the rad giveaway. We still had some awesome people hanging out in the chat tonight. A lot of people did share the episode.
Are we gonna pick a Vic?
Yeah, you know, we got 10 minutes left. Let's go ahead and pick a winner for tonight's giveaway. Let's do that thing. Let me go ahead and get on Facebook right now and check who shared the post. And we're gonna go ahead and do the giveaway, folks. So it could definitely be you. It could definitely be you. Let's see. Where am I? Where am I? 90s nostalgia. Cool. That's some awesome shares tonight. Alright. How am I going to check this? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to look at the page. I'm trying to look at everything right now. We did everything a little bit differently today, so it's a whole different setup tonight, folks. But the most important thing is that you guys are here with us.
Yeah, but it wasn't going to stop us having a problem.
Hell no. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Facebook and YouTube have been in a war for a long time over...
Yeah, but Facebook has been like BFFF. It's been good.
Exactly. Facebook is always... They have always been there.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, MySpace. MySpace was a good time. Somebody just said MySpace right now. That was a great time. That definitely 2000s.
Yeah, I used to know
definitely
HTML back then, and I used to get
We'll do a 2000s. We'll do a 2000s episode where we can talk about all sorts of other stuff.
That's just when shit got real.
That was when shit got real. Yeah.
That's when shit got real.
That's when stuff got really real. All right, hold up, folks. Sorry, I'm trying to get everything. I'm getting everything set up here so that I can go ahead and look. What is this? All right, hold up. Sorry. Everybody hang out. Everybody drink your beers or drink your drinks, whatever you have in your hand right now.
Oh, God. A very large glass.
Feeling good.
Take a sip of real.
Babe, remember that we're going to be...
Cool. All right, we got some shares here. Let me check everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Cool. Alright, so alright, folks. Everybody come on into the giveaway. Let's see how we can do this. We're gonna do what we did last time. Set up the mouse on here, and whoever it lands on will be getting the giveaway today. What's up? We got Baka here today.
Yeah, but close your fucking eyes.
What up?
Oh, give me a second. No, we're starting on number 1.
La vaca.
Alright, folks. Everybody, put your hands under your asses. Strap yourselves in.
Hands under your asses, ladies and gentlemen.
Alright, folks. So, alright, Bucket. Start it out and just scroll the mouse up and down until you hit something, and let's see who you land on.
Make sure I'm scrolling in there.
Yeah, I'm checking. Baka's got his eyes closed. I'm taking a look. I'm gonna close my eyes for a second too. Let's see what we do, guys. Eventually we'll find a better way to do this, but I kind of like the way this goes. There's something very primitive about this. I really love it.
Right, so you guys can see I actually am just like, it's at random, it's just...
Alright, folks. I love it.
So
I love it.
Call it. We're gonna count down. Alright.
Let's
go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah! Who is it? Yanni Zafra Leon has won the giveaway today.
Congratulations!
Yanni Zafra Leon, today you are the proud owner of a 1991 X-Men comic book featuring Wolverine and Omega Red on the cover. Oh man, that's amazing. You see, I love these giveaways. It's so rad, right? Everybody's new people always getting cool rad stuff. It could be you. Next time you can get touched. I'm telling you, it could be anybody. Yes.
I got weird with it.
Oh, it's funny because I'm looking at Yanni's talking in the chat right now, but she has no idea she won, so she's like, the suspense. I'm like, you're the winner, dude.
She know?
Awesome.
Does she know?
Let me refresh the chat. Let me see. Oh, that's so awesome. I'm gonna have to send her a message later and get. Oh, there you go. She got it. Yes. She wrote laughing my ass off, so I'm assuming she did check it out.
I'm assuming she knows.
Anyway, awesome. That was so rad, man. I had a good time doing that. So this rad little comic book is gonna be coming your way. It looks like a good addition too. I was flipping through it earlier, and there's some really rad art in this.
Dude, really even art, just like TBT ads. I don't know about y'all, but I really like old advertisements.
Oh, they're the best.
Like
this is the one with the Beetlejuice advertisement in there.
For a Game Boy game, that shit was on a captain.
Yes.
We saw that. We saw that shit happen. We saw Nintendo get like hot. Like.
We did. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on this episode. Don't worry about it next. You know what? The giveaways are only going to get better. And you know what? Like, I haven't talked about it yet, but eventually I'm trying to set up some sort of donation thing for the show. But don't worry about that yet. That's going to be later. Keep it in your mind for now. And eventually with that, the prizes will get better. We'll get cool stuff. And it's rad, man. I'm telling you. Thank you so much. Yanni says she loves the show. Thank you so much. I definitely appreciate that. That means a lot.
We'll get Facebook cooperating next time.
Yeah, next time we definitely will get Facebook cooperating next time. But guys, it's been an amazing episode so far. Jenny, thank you so much for joining us on episode 21 of Shut Up, Let's Talk. Jenny, if they want to follow you on the social media, where the hell can they follow you at?
They know the cheese. Jenny_0H. Always 0, never an O. But I am Jenny O.
That is Jenny O, folks. Go ahead and follow her. If you guys want to follow me, it's at @AlazarChain. If you guys want to follow the show, it's @_ShutUpLet'sTalk on Twitter. Shut Up, Let's Talk everywhere else. Google it. Do a thing. You'll find it. It's everywhere. Thank you so much for joining us.
Beautiful word.
It is. Guys, this is actually my favorite part of the week. You know, and I want to thank Jenny so much. Jenny's been doing so much awesome work. You know, like really helping out with the show.
I just feel like I get to talk to a bunch of people kind of sort of maybe at once since I'm so far away.
It is so much fun. I really do love it, and it's like I said, it's definitely my favorite part of the week. And I get more and more excited with the new things we do.
I'll be in the studio next time.
Definitely. And now that I finally got the 2 mics working, it's going to be a good one. Guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been a freaking pleasure having all of you. Stephanie, don't worry. You're definitely going to get the next prize. The prizes are only going to get radder and more, you know, 90s and whatever as they go along. Trust me. I was going through a few of the prizes for the future with Jenny before. Jenny's got some insider info.
The word you're looking for is nostalgic, because every time you would whip something out, everybody in the room would go, oh!
Definitely, that is actually what I'm going for. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, guys, we'll get Facebook working next time, but thank you so much for joining us on YouTube anyway. I've been meaning to do a stream on here, so it really does mean a lot that you guys hung out inside here.
We're dipping the toe in the jacuzzi, baby. We're dipping the toe in the jacuzzi.
Something different every time, folks. We got it growing. So, you know what, everybody, thank you so much. Cheers to all of you lovelies for hanging out in the chat tonight. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thanks, Jenny, for being on the show. Thank the world for letting this happen, and thanks technology for making this easier to fucking do. Because in the 90s, we couldn't have done this.
Now we're capable of doing this weird shit.
Exactly. So you could have a talk show anywhere. Anyway, folks, until next time, we'll catch you on the flip side. Love, peace, chicken grease. Look both ways before you cross the street. Bye bye.